Now, the little battery pack that I use to test everything with is registering at 4.45. So we're gonna stick with the 5 volts because this was enough to power the motor by itself when we tested the motor. So if that was 4. That's almost a full charge on those little batteries. If that was enough, then our 5.53 volts or 3.3 or whatever the hell it was should be enough. All right, let's talk about this relay switch because that's going to be our next step. Purchased on Amazon, and I learned everything that I learned about this thing from the Maker's Cave, from Steve. Don't know his last name. I will link him. I use this for something else, and it's pre-wired, so that's a good thing, right? I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to leave it. Let me explain to you. So I made this. It wires off. It's just spliced 2 from 1 hot wire, spliced and go to 2 split. The negative wire spliced, 2-way split. This goes to power this. Positive and negative powers this relay switch, and this goes to the sensor, the little sensor that when somebody walks by is going to cause everything to go off. And then this gets a hot wire, right? I'm going to change this yellow out. I'm going to make them red or blue because I like to do red or blue for hot and black or green for negative. So you need a power source, and Steve explains it better on his video. I recommend going to his video to watch and learn maybe a little bit better there, but I will teach it the way I teach it. But he's like more of an expert, sounds more intelligent. I'm just the more of the DIY country redneck hick version of how to do it. All right. So, and they sell stuff already pre-wired for you if you want to do that way to fix your props, or you can DIY it like I'm doing. So we got a hot and a negative. We split it for the sensor and for power to this. Same thing with the negative. We have wires that now go to what needs to be powered, right? I hate to say it like this, but I think either one of these wires, you can just loop it right back inside to here, to the hot, or do a 3-way split, because this provides the circuit of hot juice to the motor and the lights in the eyes and the mouth, right? Because remember, I don't have the skills yet to make the mouth sync with the sounds. Right? He's just gonna go. His mouth's gonna stay open. That's it. It tells you negative, positive. In is gonna be the sensor, the yellow wire from the sensor. This is NO, normally on, and common, and normally closed. Now, common, I'm going to run it into the hot right here. All it's doing is just drawing juice, and the switch is off through here. It's normally closed. It triggers, it sends the juice to the motor and the mouth and the eyes. Bam. Now you got action. So this is already wired up. All right. I normally like to put some solder on these ends, make it really small so it grabs better when you clamp it down in here with the screw. All right. And this is the next step. And then we're going to run this to the hot and negative and super glue it down here. super glue. Hot glue it right there. And then we'll go to the next step. All right, so the next question is, do we want this much wire? Pros, we can pull components out and lay them out, or cons, we got too much damn wire everywhere. I think I'm gonna make these the same size and leave what I have. Next question is, do I want to supplement and add extra wires for just in case, what if? Hot power, not power from the, pardon me, from the relay switch. We'll make that decision later. You know, so these are the wires that I cut from earlier. So all these wires are good because everything, you can use them inside here. Good wire to keep, not just throw away. So I'm gonna do an extra hot wire for the trigger instead of looping this in here, because this is nice and tight, everything's good. If I open it up, try to stick 2 wires in there, and it might cause problems. I already had enough problems on this damn video. So I'm gonna twist these babies together. This is our hot. I'm going to be safe and unplug, even though 5 volts will not kill us. I'm going to get a nice big fat shrink tube, because I'm going to have 3 wires together here, and that should be enough for our. And I'm going to cut this baby in half. Don't need the whole thing. I'm going to slide it down this one. I could do it like this, solder it and then slide the tube on and just have it like this, or I could make it a straight line connection. And I think for this I'll go like a straight line connection. All right, and I hope you guys can see that. I check my camera angle. Okay, we are within the frame. I'm gonna use our flux that sucks. And hopefully my iron is hot enough. I feel like this baby is not. Maybe it was the AC is behind me blowing. I don't know. I feel like the solder is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. I mean, it's getting in there, but. All right, positive connection, let it cool off a little, negative. I'm gonna put, it's drawing hot from there, okay. I'm gonna supplement the negative because we do need to run a negative to eyes, motor, separate negative, so we're gonna supplement the negative also. And again, if we need to spider off of these, we can. All right. put my heat shrink sleeve on. Almost forgot that. I've done that so many times in the past, guys. I went the wrong way. Again, I hope I should still be within the frame. Kind of not happy with this one, but good enough for Governmente. I need to put it on the damn, oh my God, I didn't bring it, my little holder thingy. Maybe I can, hello McFly. Probably gonna have to readjust my camera angle. Let me see where we're at. Something's not right here, guys. Don't know what it is. I feel like my tip's loose or something. Like I said, I'm gonna have to go offline here and look at this, figure out what's going on, but I feel like my tip is loose. I'm not getting like a full-blown I mean, the solder's in there. The wires are twisted together. The solder's in there. It's gonna hold, but it's not. Yeah, it's loose. I need to figure this baby out. What the hell's going on? All right, but we're still operable. All right. So again, let me make sure my camera angle is good. I'm just putting the heat shrink sleeve on. Slide it on, shrink it. I'm also looking at, because the last one was like 51 minutes. I'm just gonna start cutting these down to 25 to 30 minutes. And we have a part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 million, so be it. And it's a very ugly solder job, but it is what it is. Remember, you can always supplement this with electrical tape if you have to. I'm not happy with that. Like I said, I got to look at what's going on here with my tip, because I could tell it's not working right. Solder's not getting hot enough. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the tip is wobbling. I don't know how that happened other than just hot, heat, cold, heat, cold. Yeah. All right, let me go off camera and fix this damn problem. Okay, so I've connected the power back to this, and now it's time to test out, do we have current going to our relay switch and our positive and negatives that are hot, like that we can use for power. All right, and here, I mean, we'll know this is on because the little yellow or green light will come on. So here we go. Let's turn it on, and I'm assuming you guys can see the light came on. So now let's we should have, let me take these supplemental. We're gonna test right here, positive, negative. And again, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'll bring it to the camera. I'm gonna go hit the positive and the negative. 5.33, good. So we got 5.33 going in, and we know that was the yellow light is on. Now, let me reconnect my alligator clips. Let's check the negative and the positive going to the sensor. .33, and the negative, the supplemental negative and positive for whatever. 5.33. I hope I held the multimeter up every time the right way. So juice is flowing everywhere. Now I'm gonna tape off all these positives. Well, it's just two of them, so we don't short anything out here, mainly this. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's add our wires now to our relay switch. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with these wires. I could keep them, but color scheme is wrong. It can be whatever color you want, though. So it's, these, no, I did not. All right, never mind. I don't know, but this, okay, so this again is another Amazon product, but I kind of feel like this is not as good wire. I do have a better pack of wire that I bought at Alltex, which is like a computer store here in Texas. But I'm gonna keep using this, and I usually like to use red or blue as hot, positive, because in electrical work, that's kind of sort of, or green or black for ground or negative, then white and yellow is just whatever. So I'm gonna go with blue. Now, how long of a wire to use? I don't know, because this is gonna have to go to the head, to the motor. So I'm gonna pull about 4 foot, and again I can split it off. I can do whatever I want. I can add as much as I want. I mean, there's no, remember, there's no right or wrong answer. I'm good, not finishing my sentence. No right or wrong answer. So remember, this is a circuit. One line is hot going into here, and actually, you know, this is actually long enough. I could just use this and run it in there. And that's probably what I'm gonna do. I mean, because this is, all of this is gonna go inside the box and get glued down. So I'm just gonna use this, stick it in there, and use that as the hot. And this is a relay switch. It switches on, it sends power through to the other parts of the monster. So I need to make a real small end here. Not the best way to do it, but That kind of sucks because it's really not a great, well, I should take that back. All right, so I'm going to put this in NO, or normally open. I have found over my time of working with this product that you got to be really careful to make sure you got a good grip with these screws. I want to cut a little off as I don't want to see the raw wire. I could see raw wire. I'm gonna just nip a little bit off. This is one reason why I like to put some solder on here, but let me open this baby up all the way. They don't give you a ton of room in there to play with, guys. Either that or I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. I'm sure, as always, there's going to be some expert out there who's going to start criticizing and hating, and it's like, okay, you know, do a better video. That's my answer to you. You're a friggin' expert. You know how to do this better than everyone else. Do your video. Okay, I'm gonna call that done deal there. Now I'm gonna do this one. And I need to check, see if I'm still in camera. Inside. I think I am, because this hasn't moved that much. Yeah. I'm trying to use this as my base to aim. A good screwdriver. I got this at Walmart. There's a whole set. And it's actually one of the best sets I've ever had for small screwdrivers. You know, like I say, I'm not a poor man, I'm not a rich man either. I try to save money as much as I can. I try to be cheapskate. But this is a good screwdriver set, man. I mean, I'm just telling you, no endorsements when I mentioned Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Walmart, this, that, the other. All right. Okay. Now, we're gonna see if I can artificially trigger. So this is gonna be hard, but let's see if we can do this. See, this is what sucks about these cheaper wires and using your wire stripper. Like, if you don't do it just right, it's gonna rip that sucker off. Ay caramba, as Bart Simpson would say. I think it was Bart Simpson, wasn't it? Okay, I want to try to artificially trigger this by touching this hot to that, and we should be able to have an available ground here, and we should be able to measure on the multimeter 5.33 volts. So this is going to be a pain in the ass to set up. I'm going to try my best. All right. So we have the hot from the relay, and I'm going to clamp it on multimeter positive reader. I should just tape it on. All right, and then I'm gonna go positive here. All right, put our power in, turn it on. We should have nothing on the multimeter. Let me see if you guys, all right, that's good. Yeah, let me get all my aiming points down. All right, so we have this hooked up to the multimeter and the ground hooked up. This would be the wire going to your eyes, your motor, whatever. This is your trigger here, right? All right, we're expert mode here, baby. Scared the shit out of myself. Piece of electrical tape was on my hand and I thought I was getting shocked. All right. How the hell do I do this? Let me see what we got on the camera. Let me zoom out. All right, so now you can't see the multimeter reading. All right, so watch the multimeter. Let's see what happens. This, you should, I think, if I am right, if I touch the hot to the sensor, the other light will come on here, and then we'll see 5.33. So, oh, there we go. We were able to artificially trigger, I think. There we go, 5.28. See the red light that came on there on the relay switch? And it came up a little bit less volt, but 5.29. So now that's what would happen when the sensor triggers the sound card and shoots the load through, and you get electricity to the motor and to the eyes and to the mouth. Maybe someday we'll learn how to do some little card like this, a little computer chip for the mouth. And here's your electricity. She slowly dies out. All right. So far, so good. Okay, I want to go back and hit up on something from earlier that when I touched the wires together to trigger, I just want to say I don't know that is going to hurt anything or not. Probably safer not to do that, but again, just something that I want to mention. All right, so I want to just, I got hot glued here. There is enough room in here for the sound card, and then the speakers will go on the other side, the lid. So I'm just gonna glob a crap load of hot glue down in there, in that general area. And I'm gonna put some on the back of the card. And then I'm just gonna plop her down in space and spot and hold her down for a while. That's it. That's it. Done deal. You know, if you have to go back in there and work on something, it's gonna be tough. You might have to use tweezers, and it's just gonna be a little harder now. So just be warned. But again, you know, if I had a way to do this where I could screw it in, I would. I found this works just fine up to this point. Again, you know, you're an expert out there and you're going to say something negative about it. Oh, well, it is what it is. Again, we're talking DIY. I want to fix it myself and I want it to work. Well, this works. All right, bottom line is it works. You might not like what I'm showing if you're an expert, but it works. All right, so I hate the little cobwebs that the glue makes, but hey, you can just peel it right off like I just did. All right, so we're ready to go move on to the sound card.